Hey everyone, I'm Saral Desai, and I'm a psychiatry resident at Tower Health Drexel University program in Philadelphia. And today we're going to discuss about personal statement. As you know, September is coming close, and I thought this would be a good time to make a video about personal statement, discussing the most common do's and don'ts of writing a personal statement. In my entire journey, I attended multiple seminars, which included program directors from different institutions. It also included chief residents who were part of selection committee. So I'm going to incorporate their suggestions in this video as well. So we're going to start. The first and foremost thing is you have to make sure your personal statement is personal. It's in the name. So make sure you don't sound generic and you do describe details that you wouldn't describe it to someone else. It has to be personal. The second thing is don't be cliche. It is very important in this time when programs receive hundreds of applications. So you want to be unique and you want to shine in that area. A third thing is it's a good idea to keep your personal statement to one page. However, I would like to say that my own personal statement was 1.5 page long. I had a lot to say and I tried to compress it as much as possible, but it still ended up being 1.5 page. But I was able to maintain the flow and I was able to describe a new detail with each and every sentence. So it's going to be up to you. But again, it's a good idea to keep it one page. The fourth thing is personal statement is a good place to discuss your red flags if you do have any, but don't go on and on about your red flag. Be brief, don't be defensive. Focus more on how you have grown as a result of that adverse experience. And it's a good idea to discuss it with your mentor or your institution on whether you should include the red flag in your personal statement or not, because some programs they want you to include it while others don't. So it's going to be your personal choice. Fifth thing, the first paragraph, you want to start with a very interesting example from your personal life that describes your personal attribute, that can describe your interest in psychiatry. And once again, you don't want to sound cliche. I've seen a lot of people using first paragraph to mention their relatives or friends struggle with mental illness and how that made them interested in psychiatry, which can be absolutely true because mental illnesses are common and we all have seen someone suffering from mental illness. But it has potential to become a cliche because so many people use that. So if you do plan to use that as your opening statement, you have to make sure that it sounds interesting and not like all other examples out there. And I would suggest your safe bet would be to use some other example and not use this as your opening paragraph. In my case, I had worked as a behavioral technician for autism home support services. Throughout my work there, I developed a lot of meaningful connections with my clients, and one of the clients was very memorable to me. That client was also very challenging for me to manage, and I used my first paragraph to describe that experience and how it made me more resilient, emotionally resilient, and how it made me, you know, a better fit for psychiatry as a specialty. So, uh, something that you should keep in mind. The other thing is Personal statement should describe that you are interested in psychiatry and that you would be a good fit for psychiatry, but your entire personal statement should not be solely focused on that. Ideally, it's a good idea to mention, to utilize your last paragraph or second last paragraph to mention your future plans. If you're interested in any specific fellowship, then this is the time to be specific, but you also have to make sure that that goes with your CV. Let's say that your experiences were in child psychiatry, and then you're talking about you wanna go in forensic psychiatry, then that's a uh, conflict there, which kind of makes it less it makes it sound less genuine. So you want to make sure that everything seems like you're on the same page. So if you are determined and you describe your future plans, it shows that you're motivated and you're clear about your goals. As you know, psychiatry residency is 4 years. It's a long time, and program directors want to make sure that you will actually complete the residency. So it's always a good idea to have a future plan. If you're undecided, just say that. Don't mention your future plans if you don't have any, because they will figure out based on your entire application and as well as interview. Uh, the last paragraph is also a good opportunity to describe to a specific program why you're interested in that program. I know at least a couple of programs who specifically mention on their website that you should include a paragraph in your personal statement describing your specific interest in their program. So if you took time to review their website and you did include a paragraph describing why you want to go to that program and how you would be a good fit, then it gives them indication that you may really want to join their program, and they're looking for candidates who really want to come there. So they want to interview those people. They don't want to interview just anyone randomly who may not be even interested in their program. So that's something else that you should keep in mind. Uh, it's a good idea to keep your personal statement 4 or 5 paragraphs long, and make it look more structured. Make sure you don't have any grammatical mistakes, because it's also uh, a reflection of how much time you put in and how well your organizational skills are, your writing skills are, and those are the things which are important. You want to start early. Personal statement is going to take a long time. It took me like 2.5 months to finalize my personal statement. A good idea is to just sit down and write down all your thoughts. My first draft was like 4 pages long, and then eventually you start compressing it, and you reread it to make sure that it's still conveying the same message that you intended to convey, without using more sentences. So that's the way to go. This might be a good time to start writing at least the initial draft of your personal statement, and then you have to keep working on it until you get the final version that is gonna outshine. I would like to stress once again that personal statement is very important for psychiatry, and a good personal statement would work in your favor. So, but it's gonna take a lot of time, a lot of effort. So you want to start early. Right now is the best time to start. Thank you so much for listening. If you have any other questions, please feel free to post it in the comment box, and I would be happy to answer.